Today, Rinpoche defined what patience is and showed us how the opponents of patience disallow us to become enlightened. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Chenrezig Center. Once again, we're looking at the Lama Tsongkhapa's text, and we are told that all sentient beings possess what is called Buddha potential or Buddha nature. Therefore, because all sentient beings possess this Buddha nature, we can say that all sentient beings possess the Buddha, with parentheses, potential, but possess or have the Buddha, have the ingredients, if you will. So we say that all sentient beings have this, all sentient beings necessarily have this lineage or have this potential. So whether they are lower realms or the higher realms, it doesn't matter. They all have this Buddha within, this Buddha potential. And just as a translator's note, it's more accurate to just translate it, have this Buddha, but it can be misunderstood, thinking that there's this Buddha we have inside of us that's just got to be unearthed, and that's not really the case. It's the potential. So I might shorten it to be more accurate, but I just want to make sure it's not misunderstood, because it would be literal to translate as have Buddha. But then it's very easy to misunderstand what that means without the context. So because, why do we say that all sentient beings have this Buddha potential, or we say Buddha nature? Have Buddha, and it's because all sentient beings possess a mental consciousness. The possession of the mental consciousness shows that is a reason for all sentient beings having this potential. Consciousness has the ability to become the Yanja Suranang, the Tambo, the Namchen, the Yanja So one is able to transform his or her mind into a mind of omniscience, a mind that is all-knowing. So this mind that is all-knowing, just like any of the other types of mind, is necessarily one that is caused. So it is a result. So if it's a result, then we have to find what causes it. And when we look to Kamalashila's stages of meditation text, we see that he states that the real root of omniscience is great compassion, or is compassion. It says that great compassion is the only root of omniscience. You should become familiar with the practice from the very beginning. There's one other quote. Geshe Rinpoche. Practice is good. And then we see omniscience has its, Vajrapani, Lord of Secrets, the transcendental wisdom of omniscience has its root in compassion and arises from a cause, the altruistic thought, the awakening mind of bodhicitta, and the perfection of skillful means. Therefore, if you are interested in achieving omniscience, you need to practice these three: compassion and the awakening mind of bodhicitta, and skillful means. So here this is showing, Kamalashila is showing that the real root of omniscience is compassion, but compassion alone has to be isn't enough. Compassion has to be then practiced alongside the six perfections. So these also are practiced alongside of the compassion, and then omniscience, or an all-knowing mind, is able to arise from that.
다 니지 소를 상주 생주를 좋아 니지 소를 좋아해 타지 바로 신발 신도를 송으로와 신도는 다 신바의 진 최진진 다른 것도 저바가 돌려도 말봐 어디 저바데 라리 첨부제 나와데 베이제나 데레 손자 고추고든 지게들 저바랑 나서들.
Okay. Gonchu Godun. Samja Gonchu Godun. 397. Disco NGK dan Puik Nicha Ragu. So now we're going to go right to the great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment. So because we need these six perfections to be practiced alongside this compassion, which is the root, we need to learn of these points. So Rinpoche said where we were in the divisions of 5. Just give me one moment here. I just want to get the exact page. Zupa? What's Zupa?
Zupa passion la nga.
Okay.
Zupi ngo to gomba la zupi tap.
Tuche.
Zupi rotu yawa.
Lesso.
To dulu te chita shawa. Te da duwa. Saji nga duwa.
Okay, so if we want to turn to page 151, 52, 53, that's the area where we'll be in. So we've arrived at the perfection of patience. So we've gone through the first two, generosity and ethical discipline, and now we've come to the perfection of patience. And the perfection of patience has 5 different categories, or 5 parts, and they're as follows. 1, what the patience is, or the definition of patience. 2, how to begin the cultivation of patience. 3, the divisions of patience. 4, how to practice. And 5, a summary. So this is on page 152 in the English, and it are the 5 categories to explain this topic.
Rangi ju la dunga shongwa la tanto lempi dunga tanglan chi zueba chula ngansen chi zueba song duwa song. Nyeje la chima nyabu zueba segin tat kashi wari ta taba na nga tu ka na jaba ina ka nasa te tang duwa ta. Nyeje la chima nyabu zueba ko nasa te tangba ina ko pen tu yue zang ka nasa te chima nyabu zueba chi yue example.
Tambo. Okay, that's good.
Rangi jula dunga shongwa la tanto lemba dunga tanglan ju zoba so marba 다 등에 전에 주바대 번나 커는 저바이나 주부대 사그러다. 저 차나 고 주불 팽고여서 고강 당도래는 어디 커지 여그러다. 등에 전에 주바스 출랑나서 주바 출랑나서 주바 신도 내보고 신도 출랑나서 주바 신내가 출랑나 버서 주바 당고 올마래옹지래 어떻게 갈래지 주샤나
The Ngodang, the Ewa, that's Chapa Yure. Then Tanda.
나다 모르고
Okay. Gangin.
너절에 제만하면 저비고 등에 달래 주저비고 출랑나서 주저비고 손들어와 너무 모들 손래도와
Okay. All right. And then a Tambo Kaptandrar.
야
Okay, so we have what is patience, or what patience is. So there are three categories, and I was looking at the divisions of patience, and they run alongside those divisions of patience. So we look at what is the nature of patience, or the definition of patience. And here it says, 1, disregarding harm done to you; 2, accepting the suffering arising in your mind stream; and 3, being certain about the teachings and maintaining and firmly maintaining belief in them. So being patient with this first category, disregarding harm done to you, is very similar to, one would look at it like when you go to have some sort of injection done. There's a pain from the needle entering, but there's an ultimate benefit from whatever is in the needle, whatever is in there. So the pain it's almost like worthwhile, or the reason one is patient with that pain is because of the benefit later. So this is an example of this type of suffering. One would be endure this for some sort of benefit later. Okay, then a tambo lapsa, then a nipa
이바라줄라 등에
ranju.
등에 좀라 다들 내비서버스 다 커져봐 있는데 아버지 또 있는 등에 용거로다 어디 등에 네 등에 좀라 다들 내비서버 등에 다들 내비 그 어디 등에 등에 아
tamboda nipa chaba tambo ngatsu kapjap payu.
너질라 좀 냐비서버로 커져봐 들어와
Then
다
nipa
등에 다나 지서버도 커져야지 야나 어떨 등에 대줘로
Lesso. Lesso.
어디 다들 내네 어디 커져버로
Lesso.
팽그러서
Okay. Oh, lesso.
야
Okay. So number 2, accepting the suffering arising in your mind stream. So going back to that initial example that there is this suffering that will take place, and one accepts that because he or she wishes for what benefit will arise from that acceptance. So here, this is number 2, accepting the suffering arising in your mind stream. So it's not saying there won't, the needle doesn't cause suffering. It's accepting that and accepting it as a needed thing for the benefit. Okay. There's a little extra I threw in there, but that brings the meaning. There's no meaning I added to it in terms of the additional words that I used.
가슴과 출랑에 내버 셈발라 뭐바 신도 내버스 출랑 내버스 출라 내버 셈발 다 출라 뭐바 셈보여 버는 지성만도 아 뭐바 신도 내버오사
The ewa dan drapeldu.
어디
Yine chipa yo ma yine josh.
몰라서
Ngo.
야
Yine ngo dan ewa drapeldu. Dunyan danland de zopa. Drapeldu. Okay. Okay, so I was saying how it's very interesting how similar there seems to be to the divisions, but there's a little bit difference. Rinpoche is saying some in this nature part, so we have to realize they're not using the same exact words for a point. Translator's note, and that's what he and I were just discussing. So number 3, being certain about the teachings and firmly maintaining belief in them. The ne sumba don't.
sumba chula ngasenji ngaba sembala maba shinto ne bas chula ngasenji zobat marba chula ngaba sembalas maba shinto 那去了俺把先把去也不结巴了，那没把吃不有吧？那是什么的呗？没把心多难把握是，去了俺把先把了没把心难把握是，去了上当把了在那没把学习不有，跟路途那些了，去了俺先就说把是什么的呗？去了俺把先把了，没把心多难把，去了上当把了没把搞不有跟上路。我等那些了，真的去了俺才就把这个的是。
Then the Ju Rimbo Tsanlo Dangu Lobjong Shegu Kade Gare Rinpoche the Zupa Gare the Zupa the Jawa Gare Zupa.
这把是那真的俺说没给独家去老送怕马路呢，这把公司嘛的呗。
Less so.
我真的找不着嘛的呗。这把呀。
In a Sumba the Chu the Jawa
去了
Kande.
俺才就把去了，那俺把先把去了上当的，去了上当把的了，没把有吧那些，没把搞不有吧。
Less so.
去了俺才就说吧呢，没去了俺把先把了，没把心都难把是，去了俺才就说把的人是。
Okay. So number 3, being certain about the teachings and firmly maintaining belief in them. So this process, that's Rinpoche, and I was trying to figure out the best way to explain number 3. And it's really the patience with this process of this development of certainty. It's faith in this process, because being certain about the teachings and firmly maintaining belief in them. So Rinpoche said it's almost like an aspiration, or I aspire to want to have this, and being patient with that process. The word process is an addition, but I don't know any other way to explain that. The time period, or I don't know any other word to use. Decent.
Yeah, but that's a bit material as on yours. Tadaki, Matubi Shujan, son less, Zabal son Yabanajin, Zabi Matushu de la son yours, son le, son de choses, Tambo Shedan de res Shedan. Niba, Shedan dans son and Saint Sushiba, Niba Jay, Somba, ma mention Mendoba was. 那去了搞不没吧，没吧没吧，我这送不得，这边没东西的，这把送这个当不，那些了前半年不这边没东西的，那些堂都买着啊，那些了前半年不这边没东西的，主要是那些堂了的呢，那我的那些了前半年不这把的那个人是，那些了前半年不这把谢不有为呢，那些堂了也不着的是挨得到的。 Never do this. Never she don't show the sense of she was the Garza. Usually, Chemanya was over Ranga Jula, don't get the language of a committee shoot man.
Loco Chembo Yomari.
Don't get the language of a committee shoot there. What the never she don't show the sense of she was. Don't get the language of a committee shoot.
Less so.
Sushiba dance.
Less so.
That's one about my mention about there, and Nigel Jimmy Yabuzuba. Don't get the language about Chilang and Sense about somebody never Mandua.
Tepa lasso.
Yeah.
Sumba the Tepa Yomari.
Somebody. 每天说的写堂节，你把写堂当三兄的生说写吧，送把慢慢先门对吧，送的每天说节，当然就是被每天说的说是呢写堂，那去了俺三就吧，对吧？那些了基本上不是把这个每天说的说是呢写堂当说呢说写吧，送吧，真的搞的是我等。 去了俺才这边没听说的说是呢，去了慢慢行没对吧？我可多了蛮多。
Okay, so what patience is, so we've established patience is disregarding the harm done to you and accepting the suffering arising in your mind stream and being certain about the teachings and firmly maintaining belief in them. And within number 3, there is a liking. This maintaining belief, there's also within that, within the Tibetan, this liking, similar to the word for joy, but the joy when you like something. So that that arises. So you're that's what you are aspiring to have. This liking, this joy that arises for the teachings and so forth. When you think of your belief. But there are 3 things that are incompatible with these 3 natures of patience, if you will, because this is defining patience by showing these 3 kinds, if you will. So there are 3 things that are incompatible with patience nature. So the first, and then they connect to in the same order that we have those first 3 listed. So we see there are 3 sets of factors incompatible with these. For the first, hostility. So disregarding harm done to you, hostility or hatred becomes incompatible with, it's shedang, yeah, it's actually hatred, becomes incompatible with this disregarding harm done to you. The next is hostility and loss of courage. So accepting the suffering arising in your mind stream. So you become angry or hateful towards this suffering, and you don't have this courage any longer to accept the suffering, to be able to handle the suffering. So loss of courage and anger or hostility become opponents to these. I just want to see something. I don't have time to do it, but and then number 3, being certain about the teachings and firmly maintaining belief in them. The opposite of that and the opponent to that is that you don't believe it and you dislike it. So before I said that liking, the joy, you like these teachings, you no longer like them. And you don't believe them anymore. So disbelief and not liking these teachings is an antidote. The word antidote is used, but it's not the same way we would normally think of it. These 3 negativities are antidotes to the 3 positives. So they are opponents too, but they are antidotes. They take it away. Hatred gets rid of disregarding harm done to you. Hatred and lack of courage gets rid of this acceptance of the suffering arising in your mind stream. And disbelief and a dislike takes away being certain about the teachings and maintaining belief in them, the patience of these. So this is how these 3 mitun sho, incompatible things, disrupt and oppose the nature of patience. Okay, Diksung Rinpoche.
타바드 많이 시선의 전지질로 넣는 거. 나중에 너희들 지만 잡을 수가 되어봐이나 시단 넣는 거죠. 시단 넣는다. 너희들 지만 잡을 저비 시단 넣는다. 라고 줄라 당한 당한 주어봐 되게 내 시단 손에 세 수시단 넣는다.
Niepo.
야, 똑같은 거잖아.
Ale.
와 칼레지 가도 주셨는데.
So just knowing that a rope is not a snake gets rid of the grasping at it as being a snake. Likewise, when one disregards harm done, has the patience of disregarding harm, then this serves as an antidote too. It flips it. It flips it. Or it becomes then the antidote in the other way. So when you have patience for disregarding harm to you, then this then gets rid of hostility or gets rid of this hatred. And if you have acceptance of the patience which accepts the suffering arising in your mind stream, then this acts as an opponent to hatred and loss of courage. And if you have patience of being certain about the teachings and firmly maintaining belief in them, then this acts as an antidote or opponent to disbelief and dislike. So these then cancel out when we look at it in their opponents as well. So those things that are incompatible. The incompatibility is what either... that's it. Decent.
Tatela zebi paru de shima zuba nes rangi chua la soba gobi senji gomba gone gomba yonsu zuba zang yinji senjen tangje mesun batang jewa la dui mungu des
Ale.
ne ruba menu bi shedans rangi sen tuwa yinji ne goban rubi shede fyonju le senjen mesun nakajin tada jonji yomalang ne chui sen de jinju na dat tangin jondan das ta gande zebi phare de shima susuge jul zeba de ya tashin zona ne zebi phare de shima re ma do ne shulul jilu naba jigen meba dan jilu gojo mares ne naba jigen meba dan shajamen buda zebi phare de shin sabre naba jigen tanda yorota wode naba jigen meba ne jela zebi phare shima sa mares kala zebi phare pashin zuba ne nende ja gores rangi thola su suju ji kontrola su gobi senje gomba de yonsu zuba zangla de zebi phare shima sa gores enje senje tangje mesan batan chawa longlang ke meba de de gojo mares chawa la tuma godes ruba mene bi se wate longlang ke meba de zutu mares de ruba mene bi sedan rangi sento wa nyejes ne goban susu jul zebi nyalen de yabu jonsuna and de gobag nga dur mares goban rubi sede su songun sana shonjules senjen mensen nakajin tada jonji yomalans longlang ke de nakakan yoares tada kanga meba zutu ya yomares tada jonji yomalan chui sen de ji jonas ne zebi metin shu kontro de ji jomba yina da thaji jomba dabres da thaji jondan das da thaji jondan da sadin tanda kuyo do tenye kuyo kalalans ane hanti zanji kuyo ne sadin thanji yudan da Tejin shiru ngobayang dagi shiru do malangi dagi sende shindu shayi jena dogo chishi gu shesos da kante wate tesong dugu wata zebi phare de shimba sikende suzu julu zebi nyalen de tashin dum dagar madu longlang ke meba tanji chaba tanji gojo mares sajamana boda zebi phare de shin sabre de longlang ke tata yoder boda senjel ne ba jinga watan yoder senjel maso ta tawala tyogo mares suzu zebi ya gonson zebi metin jode meba la tyogo mares ruba mene bishisa wate ru nyogo mares sajamana boda sanje sare de zebi phare de shin saba yina tanda ne senjel ne ba jiga tanda yoder boda ruba mene bishidan rangi sen tuwa nyeji suzu sen yu de yabaji duba zebi nyalen de yabaji shunga yina tuwa nyeji goba rubishi goba kar suzu goba nga de ruba res suzu ngondo sana shunju les senjen menso naka jin longlang ke ta senjen naba jiga uti naka kan res naka jin tada yongji yongmalans tsama meba zu tuwa yo ma res chui sen de ji zhong na 콘트도 어디 좀 저버고는 콘트도 좀 잡아이나 다 탄지 총단다 다 탄지 좀 잡아버려서
Lesso.
총단다 사딘다 고유도 되네 고유 갈라노 사딘 상말로 고아 신생가 바바도 요나 고아 안에 자고 말로다 되네 고아 갈라 고유 갈라란스 한티 장지 고유네 사딘 장지 요던다 되니 시르 뭐야 다기 시르 도말랑 다기 데시르 도자이 제나 도고 지시 그 셰소스
Lesso.
간데 와데 간데
Seldu.
소소게 조바데 아버지 공샤바이나 롱랑게도 맨다 요는 시가요 말이야
Lesso.
사자면 뭐다 저비 바르디 신사버레 롱랑게 단다디 드라마 보여더라 어떤 잡으러 손대 이자래
Lesso.
소소도宣주를 손버레宣주
Lesso.
宣주 콘트宣주래도
The long the Keda Temple.
야
Shirayabudu.
셰소스
Lesso.
야
Okay. So also, I just looked back at the text just to clarify it for sure, where we see the things that are opponents or opposites, and it says hostility. The word hatred is the word that's in the Tibetan text, and it's the same exact word. When we look at the three poisons of attachment, hatred, and desire, it's that word that is used here. So and hostility, hatred, I know they're very similar, but I just wanted to point out that it's the same word. It's one of the poisons that is the opponent. So perfecting patience means that you simply complete your conditioning to a state of mind wherein you have stopped your anger and the like. It is not contingent upon all living beings becoming free from undisciplined conduct, because you would not be able to bring this about, and because you accomplish your purpose just by disciplining your own mind. Then we have a quote from Shantideva's Engaging in the Bodhisattva Deeds, or Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, it's known by many times. It states, undisciplined persons are limitless as space. You could never overcome them. If you conquer the single mental state of anger, it is like vanquishing your enemies. Anyway. Okay. It is like vanquishing all your enemies. Where could you get enough leather to cover the entire surface of the earth? Wearing just the leather of your sandals is like covering all of the earth. Similarly, I can not change external things, but when I can change my state of mind, why do I need to change anything else? So here, hatred and anger serve as opponents to all of the anger and hatred serve as opponents to these various states of patience, but patience serve as opponents to these states of anger. So it says undisciplined. We're looking at Lama Tsongkhapa's points. It's not contingent upon all living beings to be free from undisciplined conduct. So it's not saying that there will no longer be anyone who has anger left if you have perfected your patience. It's saying that your reaction to that and so forth will be different. So it's saying that you will be disciplined, so your reaction will be different, and others' anger and so forth won't matter. And it'll go on to say that in Shantideva's quote. So if it were contingent upon the fact that all beings were no longer angry or were no longer undisciplined for someone to become a Buddha, then that would mean that Buddha Shakyamuni is not a Buddha. But we know that Buddha Shakyamuni is a Buddha because in Buddha's case, he disciplined his mind and cultivated to the point where external things didn't affect it in the same way because of this perfected patience. Patience of disregarding harm done, patience of accepting suffering, and patience of being certain about the teachings and maintaining faith in them, or firm belief in them, liking them, having a liking for them. So it's not to say that we get rid of everyone who has angers, because we see there are angry people now, and there is Buddha Shakyamuni. So that can't be contingent upon that. It means that Buddha Shakyamuni was able to stop anger and the like. So that's the point that's made here. And then rereading this and looking at the quote from the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Undisciplined persons are limitless as space. There are countless amount of people who are angry. Angry people are not countable. You could never overcome them, meaning you couldn't get every single one of them to not be angry in your quest. It's saying that, but if you conquer your reaction, if you conquer the anger and hatred that you have, then it's like subduing all enemies, because they no longer affect you. So they no longer have that status to you, because they don't have that power any longer to be your enemy, to harm. Because you've disciplined your mind, they don't have that power. So it's saying it wouldn't be possible to cover the entire earth where anywhere there was a rough place with a piece of leather. It would be a lot easier just to wear good shoes, to wear shoes that would create the same exact effect. So it's saying if we from our own side are disciplined, we from our own side are protected, then our reaction won't be the same. So it will be like we vanquished our enemies. It'd be like we covered the whole earth with soft substance, because we have something soft on our own feet. So this is the example that's used. And similarly, I cannot change external things, but when I can change my state of mind, why do I need to change anything else? So if these things no longer affect me and my relation to them doesn't give them that same power, that same status, then it doesn't matter from their side what they are doing to my mental composure. So no matter what they're doing, my mind stays composed because I'm not affected by this. I have patience of disregarding that harm. So it's no longer harmful. You actually enjoy this patience, so it's no longer that same designation that's coming your way. I hope it's made clear. It's a very subtle point that's made in this. And the Tibetan makes it very simple, but to bring it into the English without overcomplicating it, I'm having trouble. So we're going to leave it there, and that's the point, is to overcome one's own reactions and afflictions in order to not be affected by the external. Digsung Rinpoche. So now we've completed the nature of patience, or the definition of patience. So now we move on to the method, number 2. So Jayan Sheba says that in this particular section there are 4 different categories that we'll find. And how to begin the cultivation of patience, or the method for cultivating patience.
Zoba gumbi pen magumbi nyemi wa denyin shegins ne reji zoba gumbi pen ta mzobi nyemi gumba shiba shawos ta zoba gumbi pen kari warsna tala pen ne shansa le Shanchu Samba, Toma Kona, Zebala, Pen to Tawa Intes, and the Shansale what the song to Shanchu, Robin Papa to me, Shansale, Shanchu Samba ne, Toma Kona, Zebala, Pen to Tawa Intes, Shanchu Samba to Toma Kona, Zeba Gumbala Pen to what the Gungaris, Pen to Tawa. In the Kansa Zobajan, Zobagun, Kansa Dele, Shemalas, and Damamu Maris, Sedel Danyuan,
Lesser.
Seshamale Danyuan, Ruris,
Lesser.
Damon, Manjoa dance,
Lesser.
Ewa Moa, Manjoa dance, that no person gained a Mundua. What is Ewa Moa, Manjoa dance?
Lesser.
Nalu Chuba Jordan gained a Mundua.
Lesser.
What in Yumaris?
Lesser.
Tawa Yende, Kansa Zubajin, Kansa Zubagun, Kansa Tene, Zubajin Tene, Shemala Dam Moa Manjushin, Seshamal Dam Yumaris, Dam Moa Manjua dance, Ewa Moa Manjua dance, and the President Zubajin, King Gilma Machandra, what to Yumaris, Manjua dance, the Wata Idua Moa, Zubagun against the Chibiwaris, the Wata Idua, the Wata Idua, the Luigi, the Wata Iji the Wasuguna, the Wata Idua Moa, Joa dance, Joba member, and the Susu Sen Joba member, Shedagris, she, Dushi, Sheba, Joa dance, Joba member to know what the Shedagris, she, Dusheba Joa dance. Le Shinejan, de Turiji, Jidendo, Hana Jinato, Jewanjuro, Yantas, what the she would do the Georgian, Dendro Metal Haljairo, Hana Jinato, Jewanjuro, Yanto, San Lutane, Yante, the Tate, Pen to Tayu, Zobagum, Pen to Tayu. Da ni ji jiang, zhe yin yang, da ni ji jiang, yin yang, zhe yang da zin do, julas, su zhe gong, kan sa yin da lai zhe gong ge ni ya bu de da si, ta zhe jia guo res. Da do, pen do da yu, da ni ji jiang, zhe jin, su nyang lai ji gong, Nijendale Zubaguna Yabu Yuaris, Zubi Pen, the Tabu Yuaris, Shiguaris, Zujin, Yen, Zuba Yantaba, Zedun Jula, Zubi, Haba, Zubagunga is a pen shabris and Haba Yuaris, Haba, Jujin, Kaza Zubajin Tuna, Zubagunga, Kaza Tonsuna, me Tonsuna. Yi Gashin, Gundu Gawa, Joa Yinos, Zabagunda Gaza do the Tonsuna, Tonsuna, Yi Gaba Yungos, Gashin, Gundu Gawa Jo, Tukundu, Gawa Joa Yinos, Tukund, Sen Gaba Yungores, Shedans, Jenan Tambudre.
Then the Shansa Long, the giant Sheba Ewaje, the tumble.
Zoba Gumbala Jubi Tawa, what the lot, then Saji Jigua,
Then the
tumble.
Okay, so now, again, how to train in the perfection of patience has 5 parts. We've completed the first part, which is the nature of patience, and now we begin how to begin the cultivation of patience, the method. Although there are many ways to cultivate patience, to begin, I will explain the meditation on the benefits of patience and the faults of not being patient. The benefits are set forth in the Bodhisattva levels. So all of this is under the first category. So this whole quote is the first category. Initially, bodhisattvas, so this is from Asanga's Bodhisattva levels. initially bodhisattvas consider the benefits of patience. They think persons who have patience will not have many enemies later on, and will not have many separations from those to whom they are close. They will have much happiness and contentment. They will have no regret at the time of death, and upon the disintegration of their bodies, they will also be reborn among the deities in the happy realms of high status. By looking at such benefits, they too are patient. They engage others in upholding patience, and they also praise patience. When they see patient persons, they are delighted and full of joy. So here, the first point that's being made is the benefits of patience, and it's saying that in the future, if you practice this, if you have this patience, that bodhisattvas who have worked on this do not have separations from friends in the same way that we ordinarily see in society. So someone who has this patience and has practiced it in the future keeps their friends. You don't see this changeover that happens, this separation of people that happens in the case of someone who has practiced patience. And they will be happy and content, and then when they die, they will have no regrets. And then as soon as their body disintegrates, it's saying that there isn't this period of difficulty. They would quickly be born in the higher realms of the higher realms. So the happy realms of high status. So the deities in the happy realms of high status. So even not only the higher realms, but the higher realms in the higher realms. So these are all of the benefits and so forth that one thinks about to help to these are all the benefit that one thinks about in order to help one want to have patience and then cultivate it themselves. And then also rejoicing in others' patience helps to cultivate one's own patience. So I think it goes on. They engage others in upholding patience. They also praise patience. So this rejoicing and praising in patience also helps in this process of the cultivation of one's patience. So that's it. Nene?
다 니바 파신 뒤바서 왔다 니바 되는 용도 파신 뒤바 레장스 파신 뒤바 레장 제된 드루 이당 덴발라 추지 담바 저바 인시 송스 제된 레바 평소 소바다 추준라 저베 용수 조 토네나지 제지 담바데 가투 주장나라 도지피 내선두기 몰라 추준 너다젠라 너구 저베 셀 안에 주추기 저비 고살라 마세주 치기 다고베 다다 되비 모두 장주진 자비 청와rin도 원조로 셰단스 셰단은 마테도 유네데 되네 서로 제바이 유네 서로 제바이 루루수이 내장 저바이 셰 저바이 셰 세진지 네 루루지 제네레 마두바다 가자 도만 좀비 추 달알 칼레지로 야사레 네바 파신 뒤발레스 제는 뒤 이단 데발라스 제게 돈다 뒤우샤 네산단데 어디 이단 뒤 이단 데발라 추지 담바 어디 데발라 어디 추지 담바 저바레스 저바 공게나 시라야브레스 저바이 셰송신스 저바이 셰송신 지된 레바 평소 소바다 추준라 저베 용수조스 지된 레바 평소 소바다 네 추준라사 그래서 저보다 어때 공주랑도 준라 준들라 저거 공개 나오데 저도 그랬어 준라 저비 용수조 공주 다 간데 저거 공개는 공주를 내는 말봐 주준라 저비 용수조 토네나지 제지 담바데스 토네나지 또는 대만나지 와제 저바 토네나라 제지 녀모도 유가도 근지피 세단라 드달라 나가진 치주촌라 사이고 차이 다다시는 조주고자라 나바 나도 조주 공반제스 나네 dünya 저바가도 어떤 잡으려도와
Okay, less so. Okay, so now we have category number 2. That's rude. 4. Category number 2 within Jayan Sheba's divisions. And it says from the Compendium of Perfection, so that's Arya Shura's, Lopun Bao's text, says, it is said, patience is the best approach for dealing with the inclination to disregard others' welfare. Patience against the fault of anger protects all that is excellent in this world. Patience is the best ornament of the powerful, the greatest strength for those who practiced asceticism, and a stream of water on the wildfire of malice. Patience clears away much harm in this and future lives. The arrows of undisciplined people's words are dulled by a superior being's armor of patience. These unruly people then give pleasant flowers of praise, which become attractive garlands of fame. Patience is the best approach. Hold on, let me just find this quote. Yeah. So when we look at the Compendium of Perfections quote, we see it's very similar to the points that Lama Tsongkhapa makes in the abbreviated stages of the path, where we find points made about each among the perfections, and then now specifically we're speaking of patience. So it says, it is said, patience is the best approach for dealing with the inclination to disregard others' welfare. So when we look at our own needs and others' needs, we have a tendency to disregard others' needs. So patience serves as an opponent to that negative activity of disregarding others' needs and working only for our own. And it says, patience against the fault of anger protects all that is excellent in this world. Patience is the best ornament of the powerful, the greatest strength for those who practiced asceticism, and a stream of water on the wildfire of malice. Patience clears away much harm in this and future lives. So then in Lama Tsongkhapa's text, we find very similar points. Patience is the best adornment to wear for those with power, and the perfect ascetic practice for those tormented by delusions. It is the high-soaring eagle as the enemy of the snake of anger, and the thickest armor against the weapons of abusive language. Knowing this, having accustomed themselves in various ways, informs to the armor of supreme patience. I, the yogi, have practiced just that, and if you also seek liberation, please cultivate yourself in the same way. So very similar point made about patience being like an armor, patience being an ornament for those who are powerful. And then, I think that's it as far as what Rinpoche. Lamrim Duden Lungsar Dene. Dene did Dondagare Rinpoche. The Drapi Janwa. The Dedag. The Deda Dupi Meto Zangjor Shing Drapi Janwa Chengwa Yitu Onwa Jor She Song She Dang.
Drapi Chengwa Hendaga Chengwa Rota and Zoba Gonda against the Kumayabras, the Keda Chibu Rota, Keda the Chengwa Zuzu Kobarota, Keda Chengwa. Drapi Chengwa the Keda Chengwa Mala, what the you don't want Jogres, Drapi Chengwa.
Then Deda Dupi Meto Zangjor Shing Deda Dupi Meto Zangjor Shing Drapi Chengwa.
Deda Dupi Meto Zangjor Shing that to be Madu, Zuba Gun the Cantel Matsuki Abbot, Tora Tangro, to be Madu, Zanjuji, Tobaki Madu the Ungres, Madu Zanjuji, Trabi Tiwan, Zuba Gun and Mate Abbot and what the Tran and Trabi Tiwan there, and then what the Idwan. Trabi Tiwan the Ungres, Kida Idwan Ungres, Idun Henda Ungres.
The Yapi Omar, Yapudu, Yapi Omar, the Selpa Injike, the
Trabi Tiwan into one Juros. Zobagon to what the Mother Abbas and the Kida Trabi Tiwan there, ne Idun, Sama Sel Gabi Ungres, one Joro.
The arrows of undisciplined people's words are dulled by a superior being's armor of patience. These unruly people then give pleasant flowers of praise, which become attractive garlands of fame. So basically it's saying that when unruly people see the disciplined ones, when see someone who has this practice of patience, they too then become moved by this. And it says, then give pleasant garlands of praise, which become attractive garlands of fame. So then these people who have this patience become famed, even by are famous to those who are undisciplined. So it's saying that their name is then heard by all because of the radiance of their patience. Okay, Sopo Lobsang Rinpoche, Tuche. Dene
Trabi Tiwan to one Juros, Shedans, that the neighbor Shedan, Dayanja de Passion Dubag Loins, Shedan,
Nipa Yan,
Nipa Passion Dubilon, Yunten,
okay.
Cero Jambai, then Cero Jambai, Zuru Zui, Nejan, Zobayins, Yunten,
Ale,
Cero Jambai, Yunten, that Zoba. 당아서 세당 무기 gen사 다 나오데 가서 gen사 로도로 떠나지 저바 얘기도 어디 gen사가 야슈드레스 저바 또네 나라 gen지주 저바데 또던데 뭐 마변당 라마당 뼈무치부들로 어디 저바도 여바이나 제가는 추레스 저바 또네 나라 gen지주스 저바 또네 나 또던데 바도 설레 ana zoba de ba ina jeng chu du ba dres zoba do ne na la chen ji chu yuen den ze den chen ro jeng ba yi zu du zui ne jang zoba yin
Zuko.
zu du zui ne jang zoba yin what the zoba du gong yin no to so kan ya ba yong ro so den zar
And Rinpoche, the Injike, the Zupo, the Lonko Chuku Zuku Giju, Zuku. The Sanjay Gi Zuku. The Zupa Zuku Giju. The Yoruba.
Zuba.
Robokaya. Robokaya Zu.
Zugu Jun Sanan Digrota.
Yene Sanjay the Zuku Yoruba.
So Zaba Gongi then Sanji Togro, Sanji Todu, then Sanji Zugu the Chukunija Toyong.
Yene the Injike the Long Zupa the Lake Chekan Garizu the Zugudu.
What the Digrota?
I was in reading whether there's a question of whether it talks about Buddha's embodiment of form here or not, or just patience is also the craftsman that creates a Buddha's embodiment of form adorned with beautiful signs of good qualities. So basically patience when we look at jewels and jewelry, we look at earrings and all of the things that one can adorn themselves with. Patience is the most beautiful thing that one can adorn his or herself with. And it creates all good things. Now, the embodiment of form, Yunten, Zuden.
Yueden zeden Chenro jemba is, yueden zeden Chenro jemba is, zoba yoba ina, ano wate zoba yokente kun zeba chaguru, zeden Chenro jemba is.
Then Zudru.
Zudru zui ne jang zoba is. Zudru basana ngazu zu yi dongwa de mo yoro da.
Okay.
Zu yi dongwa ruba de ne zu yi dongwa ruya ge tashi chod juba de zoba de zoba.
Okay.
Zoba gonge in zu yi dongwa de yong de.
Okay.
Zudru zui ne jang zoba is. Zobin ze shi chubu dangba la pondang lo dang le me sheba keba jushi ti wo de ne hami je de diba seba joros. Zobin ze shi oma juba ruba. Zoba de gonge in zo zebe yongores. Zobin ze shi chubu dangba la pondang. Cheba dangba tu sul gaba yongores. Zobin ze shi chubu dangba la pondang. Lo dang le me sheba la keba jushi. Tene deba druba dama druba dang. Da meba da yoba wate samal keba yongores keba.
Okay.
Zoba to den la jenji chu nyamu du ka tu kun ji bi shedan la de dala na kha jin chizu chun la sai go sha yin ta chizu chun la sai go sha wa tu su ga le din zare
The Simche.
de dans les deux den ro la deux den
They.
zoba ka tu dro
Okay.
zoba to den la jenji chu
Yine the Uma Jupa Gare.
oman jo ba de zobe ze shin chu ta ba la zoba gong ge ne zo zebe yongores Zobin zeshin chu dangba la pondans. Zoba gongen zo zebe yongores. Chu dangba la pondang. Zoba gongen de cheba dangba zo gabe chegres. Chu dangba la pondang. Lo dang le me sheba la keba joros. Ane wate deba druba tama druba tang. Sheba dang nabi chue tu keba yongores.
Okay. So, Rasa, Leu Sumba, Kap Sumba,
Keba joshi. Di wodo ne.
Simche Sumba.
Di wodo ne hami jata deba seba jos. Di wodo ne lhada mali je ne deba se ne gres.
Okay. So,
Oman juba wodo rendo.
Rasa. We see, in looking at the Tibetan, it really just says that those beautiful forms are established. It really says beautiful forms are established through patience. So here we see it. It says creates a Buddha's embodiment of form. It's patience is the craftsman of all beautiful forms. Something like this. And Rinpoche said that, patience causes the form and all kinds of qualities of the Buddha. So we wouldn't say it would be only that necessarily in that case. And then we find in Chandrakirti's entrance to the middle way, where it says, patience makes you beautiful and dear to holy beings. Through patience you are skilled in knowing right from wrong. In afterlives you will be born as human or divine, and negativity will have no hold on you. So we find, I'll read the next stanza. Common folk and bodhisattvas both, who understand the good of patience and the ill of wrath, abandon anger swiftly and forever, adopting patience praised by the noble ones. I think Rinpoche read that as well. So we see here in the Madhyamika Avatara, the Chandrakirti's commentary on the Mulya Madhyamika Karika, where it speaks of the patience making one beautiful, and then patience being the craftsman of all that is beautiful in form. So when we look at form, we can see there are forms that are attractive and forms that are not attractive. So in this case, we're saying forms that are attractive, forms that are beautiful, are created from this patience. So when we establish form, we establish it as beautiful, or attractive or unattractive, or object of desire or not of desire. And then here we are necessarily speaking of form creating this attractive object. And then it's saying here, patience is the best ornament for those with power and perfect aesthetic practice. For those tormented by delusions, is a high-soaring eagle as the enemy of the snake of anger, and the thickest armor against the weapons of abusive language. Knowing this, the wise have accustomed themselves in various ways and forms to the armor of supreme patience. Here, those scholars, those who wish to achieve goals, practice patience, because those who have had realizations had perfected it. Dig Khensur Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Nipa.
Sheshinji Luduji, Jendole Moduba dance, Zoba de Abayina, Sejang Luduji, and Zobal Dutu Mares, Sejang Nova Chebayina, Zoba de Mabazutu Mares, Ludu, Sejang Luduji, Jendole Moduba dance, Zoba de Abayina, and Sejang Luba Duja de Chebayina, Zobinyalan Du Mares, Mabazutu Mares. Madubatan Gaza Tomanjumbi, two jales, and Gaza Tomanjumbi, and Dad Contradres, two jale, Jubatan, Zobati Abayabayina, Contract Datel, Jotures. Naji Chungula, Zobi YouTube, Jentans, Naji Chungula, Zoba Gombaina, and Ranja YouTube, Il Gabu, Jencharis, Jencha, to be Jentan. Nyemo donwa shebe katu ba nanje to tamba dans nyemo donwa shebe katu ba nanje to tamba de zoba tamba dan ne senje mechenbo jombe chu jun dans ne senje me mechenbo yuage chu jun and the Mongol Chulo machine grota. And the country Mongol, country Madela, Zobi Chote, Nalajabayina, or the country medicine gres. Machabun Jombi, Chui Jundan, Masamba Naji, Loduji, De Mapuba, Kocha Danza. Jundan, Masamba Naji, Loduji, Dai Mafubas, Loduji, Dag Putu Maris, Netu Maris, Loduji de Mafuba dance, Sage Dojin Rui Medan, Yitubi, Zu Zambo Drubi, Zu Kebala Subi, Yuden to me, Gone, Haba was what about the Niba Sandre, Niba?
Bao and then Sash?
Oh, what about the Niba Sandre?
Okay. All right.
Then,
so number 2 continues, and it will end where the Shantideva quote starts. So number 2 is finished at that Shantideva quote. Thus, Aryashura praises patience of its many benefits. Let me try that again. Thus, Aryashura praises patience by way of its many benefits. It stops you from turning away from others' welfare on account of living beings' misperceptions. It protects you from anger, the enemy that destroys many roots of virtue. It is a captivating ornament because it endures the harm of those of little power. It is the excellent strength of ascetics who are tormented by the afflictions. It is a stream of water that extinguishes the wildfire of malice. It is armor that cannot be pierced by the arrows of undisciplined persons, misperceptions. It is the skilled artisan who creates a fine form of golden color that captivates the eyes and minds of beings. So here, again, more the benefits being presented and pointed out by Lama Tsongkhapa about Aryashura's texts, using Aryashura's text, Compendium of Perfections. And that completes number 2. Number 3 starts with the quote of engaging. Lessa.
Tenen de dan yen de sendel de yongore 저와 shima penjele debi yungures. Tenen de dang jen do de. She somba tar. Zoba juden do tena ne. Yiji gawa menyambe zoba de zobi nyalen do jun do nyalen abu jeba ina. Ne sen le gabu de nyanga mares menyambe. Sende yang tui tangje do delas. Sende yang tui tangje do debi yungures. Tui tangje do dela. Shima la yang nganru gujin. Sa shima ngansong le chego mare. Nganru gujin. Dendu cheba jen dang. Ne tar. Nganle deyu. De gundu deus. Wat deba dole wate. Somba tsandre.
Sumba tsar, kaba ka.
Somba de
Mambo yamare.
Tada se tanda ma jibat le ngure.
That
Kale ju kale. Te mamadua.
1 second.
Pashin dubi long te remadua te ma.
Zupa ju. I'm just trying. So, number 3, furthermore, engaging in the bodhisattva deed states, whoever works hard and overcomes anger is happy in this and future lives. When you rely on patience continually, you do not spoil your joyful attitude, so you are always happy even in this life. Moreover, patience stops miserable rebirths in future lives, gives special rebirths in happy realms, and ultimately bestows certain goodness, so you are utterly happy in this and future lives. Disa.
Disa.
Samba.
Shwenju lo sarba.
Tsar.
Shwenju le jang, gaji din tu chunjung ba, den de dan jen tu de, she somba tar. Zoba juden tu ten dan ne, yi ji gawa manyang shin, tsende yang, tu tangji tu de la, sendel jibu yung res, shima la yang nganru go jin, ngansong jiga ma re. Dendu cheba jen dan, dendu yu na ne be, me cheba jen dan, la cheba jen dan le jiga res, cheba jen dan, ta ngan le, taba ta tangji jen ba tu res, ngan le di yu, deshe gun tu deshin, zoba tu gong yin, sende la ya debe yung re, tse shima la ya debe yung res, de wos, taba tu songba je, ta jeba tada sa wana me jeba le yung re.
Tada la sopi pen. De kangalosa.
Tada la sopi pen na zoba le shong yu, junri jin dewa,
Okay.
dewa la, kale ju kale.
Diksan rimche. Ni raso.
Tada la sopi pen, tada la sopi zoba gong pen, tada la sopi zoba gong pen nam. Zoba le shong yu, zoba gong pen tu zoba le shong rwa. Zoba le shong yu, junri jin dewa la, ngeba shu tra la, tenba, manye je pato, gomba sha wos. Wande zoba gongwa nyalen tenba mayon je pato zoba tu gong res. Pato gomba sha wos. Chui nyemi la, chui nyemi matong yu, nyemi ne, chui nyemi la, matong yu nyemi ne, chui nyemi la, nyemi matong yu, nyemi ne. An kariyo harisana shwenju les, keba tongdo saba yi, yina deshe chwe la su, leje kanyin te kun jang, kondu chigi jungba shes, kondu chigi jungba she, che songba te, dene papa payu zebi, zeba che tawa jin, shwenju du keba tangons, watan, ta shwenju le keba tongdo saba yi, yina deshe chwe la su, leje kanyin te kun jang, kondu chigi jungba she songba tse. Ta tadama, keba tongdo sabi gaza de, kondu langi ina keba tongdo sabi gaza njong de gres rawa. Keba tongdo saba yi, yina deshe chwe la, yima tanga tang, sanji li choban biya la sobi, wate gawa kanga njong de gres, yina deshe chwe la su, leje kanyin te kun jang, kondu chigi njong ba shes, kondu tiki njong de gres. Ta wate karsikri, shwenju le keba tongdo saba yi, yina deshe chwe la su, 레시 강에 대군장 콘트치긴 좀 마셔와 오만 주발에 가서
Ja, Kalpa
그
Ja.
가서 그 강시 제세나라 추바이 이제당 최장 교학개발자 사바케주긴 되시르스 회주를 공로랑이나 개발동도 사바그자용으로 그래서 오만 주발에 개시 장시 제세나라 추바이 이제당 되 가서 가시 제세나라 추바이 이제당 되 가서 개발자 자사바그자용으로 그래서 회주를 동송화도 then jason do the chabakarist.
Okay, so now meditate on these jipa, Kanga jipa, Rinpoche, Giant Sheba Ewa Jie.
Jiba Tander, the Jiba Tander, Woolma, Lugaji.
Okay, so now this will complete number 4. Meditate on these benefits until you gain a strong, firm certainty about the cause and effect relationship wherein benefits such as these arise from patience. With respect to the faults of anger, indivisible faults are as follows. Engaging in the Bodhisattva deed states, any good deeds such as generating and worshipping the Sagatas you have collected over 1,000 eons are all destroyed in one moment of anger. Arya Shura formulated this exactly as it is presented in engaging in the Bodhisattva deeds. So here it says that this in the guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, or engaging in the Bodhisattva deeds, it says that one moment of anger destroys 1,000 eons of goodness. But then when we look at the Madhyamika Avatara in Chandrakirti's entrance to the middle way, it says, indeed, all anger felt toward a bodhisattva destroys within an instant merits that arise through the discipline and giving of 100 kalpas. No other evil is there similar to wrath. So what's the difference? Why does it say in the entrance to the middle way that you destroy 100 eons, and in the guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, it says 1,000 eons? Then chapagare. So this is the difference. Shanchu Semba Mayimba. Less so. Less so. Okay, so what is the difference? When we analyze these two different texts, the text, the guide to the engaging in the Bodhisattva's deeds, is referring to when someone who is not a Bodhisattva has this anger towards a Bodhisattva, this destroys 1,000 eons. In the Madhyamika Avatara, this is speaking of a Bodhisattva who has anger towards a higher bodhisattva. So for instance, if a bodhisattva who is on the path of accumulation then has an anger towards a bodhisattva who is on the path of preparation, then this destroys 100 eons. So the difference is in the participant. So if one is not a bodhisattva and has the anger towards the bodhisattva, it destroys 1,000 eons. If one is a bodhisattva but gets this anger towards a higher bodhisattva, higher meaning on the path of the bodhisattva, then this destroys 100 eons. And this is the clarification of that. Deso. So virtue's ability then is destroyed. Less so.
Sabi Jimbatan, Chutin Pashin La Kumba Shibi, Gawana. Country Contribute some Gaji Jigi, Jitanji, Jebe, Tenyan Johnson Sos. That Gaba Jasa because I joined the Gris, Gaba Tonsa because I joined the Gris, Kanye would water, Chabakaresana, Shanju Samba Maimbe, Shanju Samba Trusuna, Gaba Tonsa because I joined the Gris. Shansen Tolambe, Shansen Jolamba Trusuna, Gaba Jasa because I joined the Gris, Chabate specialty you are.
Kanga Lagare.
Yeah.
The Lam Tsung Kappa, the Kanga Lagare.
Yeah.
Hula. Okay, so when we look at these two different texts, and it'll be explained later here too, but we look at these two different texts, we see that the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life speaks to a non-bodhisattva being angry at a bodhisattva and it destroying 1,000 eons. When we look at Chandrakirti's quote, we are talking about a bodhisattva getting angry at a higher bodhisattva destroying 100 eons. So it says, Arya Shura formulated this exactly as it is presented in engaging in the bodhisattva deeds. The play of Manjushri Sutra mentions the destruction of virtue accumulated over 100 eons, and also Chandrakirti's commentary on the middle way says that virtue accumulated over 100 eons of conditioning to the perfections of generosity and ethical discipline is destroyed even by the generation of just a momentary angry thought. Okay, we obviously don't need that. Then Molo.
Then you Jedashila, Trouble Governes, Condolanzaga Yude,
Okay.
Kanza Sunday Condolangures, what the head of Marba. You Jendawa Shila, Trouble Governess, what the Kaji can do about Kaji Hondua, Kaji Chansen, Goba Chiba, Chansen Longabal, on the Conde Jongres, Chanju Sambal Trouble Jagores, Kaji Chansen, Goba, Chelas, Kaji Yushela, Jebe, Yushela Jebe, and Kaji Yuk sending in a long last one of Conde Jongres. Hamanes, Kaji Chansen, goes at the Jubales, Geshe Khensur Geshe Nala Triba, Jinda Trajan Gaba Ja, Saba Keji Kinuti Sher, Soba the Tibetan Buddhism.
The Umujubalong Lo? Kangalo?
We Jendawashi, good Triba Gubane, Kaji Chansen La Long from the Gazan Jun Grace,
Lessa.
second dose, Kaji Jigi Yu, Shilla Chansen the Hinda Maima, Tamale what the one last one,
The Yomare.
Shilla Jebe, Hamanesa, Kaji Chansen La, Long Lasa Chansen La Goose at the Omajuba the Tibetan
The Data Yen.
Yobale Kanshi Jesse Nala, Triba Yin and Jian Gavaja, Saba Keji Kinuti, Chansen Tolambe, Chansen Joramba Trusuna, Kabaja Sabe, Gazan Jonas, what the
Lessa.
Jamen number to Bendo, Omajuba in Timudos.
Lessa. So concerning who or what the recipient of such destructive anger must be, some say that it must be bodhisattvas, while others assert that it is recipients in general. The former accords with the statement in the commentary on the middle way, so that it must be bodhisattvas accords with the Madhyamika Avatara. Therefore, a moment's anger towards a conqueror's child destroys the virtue arising from generosity and ethical discipline accumulated over 100 eons. So this is the middle way quote that supports it being specific to a conqueror's child. As a translator's note, the power of the basis is what determines the power of the karma. So it must be decent.
Yobale Kanshi Jesse Nala Triba Yin and Trajan Gavaja, Saba Keji Kinuti Shere. Gavaja, Saba Keji Kinuti Shere, Sheson Batan Jaman Daba Ribundonit, Timudos, Tiban Hango. Quantity, tennis, Condolankan, Kanzat Kandajigu, Tenne, quantity, Tenne, Chansenji Trinan, Gata Jonas. 샤주 선바 논라는 샤주 선바 그다 중국요나 나 제다 논라서는 그다 중 많이 개차 가요 말은 중국에 있었네. 콘지지 때네 샤선지 추나 그다 중나스 샤선지 추 논라서는 그다 중국요나 나 샤선 많이 봐도 추는 논 그다 중 많이 그다 중발에 개차 추는 요면 중국에 있었다. 다좀 그 제발레 송신스 담해버지 담가사 추나 그다주나 샤선만인비 샤선을 주나 따제면버 조델레 송소 오만 주변데발 송도스
Lesso.
유대 샤선소 내망에다 추주신 통화 되면 됐네 하시바다를 거단 종발라 라송소스 유들라 샹선 유드 샹선소 내망에다 샹주선 공주랑사 유드 샹주선바 인난다 마이마인난다 추주신 준 통유 되면 준 되면 하시바다지 거단 종발라 라송소스 어떻게이나 롱랑송나 네 샤주선바 인나 거단 종을 마이마네 거단 종을 드다버스 라송소스.
Okay, so then, so the difference that when we look at the commentary on the Middle Way is that the commentary states that if a bodhisattva gets angry at a bodhisattva who is higher, so for instance, a bodhisattva on the path of accumulation gets angry at a bodhisattva who's on the path of preparation. So then it goes on, with respect to the person who gets angry, Chandrakirti's explanation of the Middle Way commentary says that if anger even by bodhisattvas destroys their root virtue, so if even a bodhisattva can have his or her root virtue destroyed, it goes without saying that the anger of non-bodhisattvas towards bodhisattvas does. Regardless of whether the recipient of the anger is ascertained to be a bodhisattva or whether the perceived faults that cause the anger are real, the destruction of virtue is said nonetheless to be just as explained above. The virtue accumulated over 100 eons is lost. So even if you don't know that that person is a bodhisattva, you still lose that virtue. In general, for there to be destruction of roots virtue, it is not required that the anger be toward bodhisattvas. Decent.
What the Udala Shansan of Nemang and the Trimmer, Jusen, Trematon, them, then, and Hashiva Dar. Gonjo, and Dashan, by in and my in and da, one loss on the Gazanjo Kesha, Maris, Jundagas,
Lesso.
Shezos. Shigi Tawa, Jumbala, Shansella Trugo, Gita Jumbala, Shanju Samba Longa Mares. Triba Magute, Satules, Satu de Sheju Marba, Kaza, Shantido.
Lesso.
Papa Tanji over my Jonle Jans, Papa Tanji over my Jonle Jan. Glunta, Glunki, the Dar, Tratan Sumi, Chedenla, Yela Tanji, Shatse, Saint-Dan, Vashibala tu, Jumba de Dalaso, Grun de Da Grundande, Sajazanshi, Nebi Wu, Pati Jit Jituna, Seji, Kolo Tubi Bana, Shema. Chenrezig yoba tenye to Grunde Kuluju Jesse Tonju to Longshe Banjoro she Shawane. Tene Tsedan Demba Nyakuji Junen de Kalawade Lusu Tamajawa Tu de Junen de la Degiji Suzos Junen de Je What then Mata college you to serve there's Juna. There's Mamudua.
Yine the inchi the sabudu.
You de Shanju Sambang among the tree, Jusenji, Jun Tonga Demade, Hasheba Tachi, Goan Jumbalan Dawa, and the Shanju Sambahin and Damahin control also not Goan Junavades. She gave Tawan Jumbala, Chancellor, control on the gate on Jumbala, Shanju Sambalon Mares, Magute, Fabule, Papa Tanji, Yoba, my Jonle Chang. Glongi, Dada, Tradan Semi, Chedin La, Yola Tanji, Chedin Shasebaina, Shase de Saint Amore, Shebala, Tu, Jamba de Talaso, Glontan de Sajetanshi, Nevi, O, Bati Jetona, Sage Colo, Nala Tubi Bala, Shema Genie Yoba Tenedo, be pension to to Glonde, Cology, Jesse, Donjurdo, Lonsheba, Joro Sheshawa Ne, Tenetan Deba, Nyawankoji, Jonden de Kalawater, Nyawanko, Jonden de Kalawat, Losu Tamo, Java Dude, Jonden de la Degage Sudos, Nyawanko, Sanjil Shuba in Barwata. Jonden de Glongi, Gitawa Tetabu Chewa Sonas, and Chunogawate, Glongi Gazad Shedak Chimby Sons Mas Sona. Jonden de Gitawa Teda, Kantu Sebatan, Sabatan, Yonsu Shamatan, Yonsu Seban Joro, Nyawankuru, Chetar, Samba Shabala, Mashwatan, Pemba Shebatan, Tabu Ne, Nematunte, Nyawankote, Gitawa, Chenmo Dada, Sabatan, Yonsu Shamatan, Yonsu Seban Joro, Nyawanko Teyu Na, Jene, Gewalang, Sanji Naba Majana, Naba Shebatan Jebi, Lula Tamajan, Jegu Shin Dante Shesos, there's Remudu.
Shiri Abudu.
Yeah.
Nge Logian. Okay, so in general, for there to be destruction of the roots of virtue, it is not required that the anger be toward bodhisattvas. So then we have a quote from the Compendium of Trainings. This is also a text by Shantideva. So it goes to say, the text of the Arya Saravasti Vadans also says, the Bhagavan said, monks consider a monk who makes a full prostration to a stupa that contains a Buddha's hair and nails and who has an attitude of faith. So be it, revered one. Monks, this monk will experience rains as a universal monarch, 1,000 times the number of grains of sand, 84,000 leagues under the ground his prostrate body covers, down to the disk of gold that supports the earth. Then the Venerable Upali, who was located off to the side from where the Bhagavan was seated, bowed with hands joined respectively and asked, the Bhagavan has said that this monk's roots of virtue are so great. O Bhagavan, how are those roots of virtue used up, diminished, erased, and extinguished? Upali, when such a sin as malice is done to fellow practitioners, it is like a wound or maiming. I cannot see its full impact. Or you cannot see its full impact. Upali, this diminishes, erases, and extinguishes those great roots of virtue. Therefore, Upali, if you would not feel malice toward a burned stump, what need to mention feeling that way toward a body with consciousness? Decent.
다 되는 거단 좀이 되는 거단 종사 컨트롤하는 거단 종사 그 간다질 서그레스
Less so.
컨트롤하는 거단 좀이 된다도 가르레스
Less
나
so.
어떨해도 뭐
So how does one destroy their root virtues? Anger destroys root virtues. Where does it say that? How does this occur? Then we find this quote from the Buddha.
거단 좀이 되네 하지 거와 나지 레버뉴도 제비 네바 종네 레버진바 장신데 혼라 셔당 답이 레버진바 인제스 거단 좀이 되네 거단 좀 컨트롤하는 거단 좀 그래서 거단 좀 간다스 좀 좀이 되는 가르스나 거단 좀도 되네레스 거단 좀이 되네 하
Ale dasidang.
하지 거와 나지 나 르지 거와 나 거와도 사기 나들 도와 용으로 돼 컨트롤하서 나와도 거와든 종으로 그래서 거와 더 거와남 데보 제비 네바 종네스 거와들 도와지야가 네바도 종네 네바 종네 사베도 맨유나 치네 고문요고 지야마가 차노도 된다 말베 컨트롤하서 나 거와래 도와지야 네바주로 와도 네바든 종으로 그래서 네바든 종네 레번지 발라 장신데스 데버티 제발라 타레무 장신데
The junior Rinpoche. Then a lama kapa lenjagare. The jun, the true. The
장신데
mekashe the kelan.
신데 홀라 셔던 타비 레번지 바 인제스
Yeah, the
다 거와도 종사들래 때는 거와도 레버든 헬 메마도도 나 컨트롤 레버든 헬 메와야 어떤데 요아를 송대서 셔던 타비 레버 지바 인제스 다들 제다 테나 라라게 레버 메지바 메데스 제다 테소나 레버 메지바 마네고 고 셔던 셰체와 인장 셔던 그 레버든 헬 메와를 마도 네, 제가 태소는 레버야 제마 연구레스. 다들 제가 테나 라라게 레버 메제바 메데. 지덴베 랑 가게 장 지덴베 랑 가게 장 보자이 사메 보면은 신스 지덴베 랑 근데 셔바다 나버 지덴베 랑 공데 신내 공데 아주로. 와데 녀모 그 사면 넣고 말레스. 사면 보면은 신 손면은 나 녀모비 모자이 녀모 사면 보면이나 녀모비 사면 뭐 메시비 싫어서
Then the lama kapa pong.
녀모비 사면 뭐 메시비 싫어서 시 개방 가지 송어스 개방 가지고 어떤 데서 누워서
Yeah, the jun.
송어 주신 때는 망해봐 나한테 수수주의냐부터지 거와 장비 어디 다 간네 그지 근데 그거도 거와 장비 거와 사번 bomba 메야스 냐부터지 선거 거 샤나지네 디바타는 그래서 어디 사면도 본 거요 말이지 대박에 사면
Less so.
뭐 매야 대또 매야 다저 제단 퇴장 나면지 메시바 니 메시비 셔다스 냐부터 좀 어디 샤단 제바이나 안에 디바드가 어디 제단 퇴나 되네 네 동에도 용거 말했어
Nupa yomare.
데비진바
The nupa.
메시비 셔단
Rebe.
단데도 원데도 개체도 아니면 도지를 해야 되거든. 수수주의냐면 도지 참여권 사당 지방 가서 나 만나야 또 동샤나야도 도술 냐면 도지 참고도 냐면 도지 냐벌 하도 비터 너가래.
Denjido.
나버 선지비터. 되네.
Denjido.
냐면 건도 비터.
Denjido.
도지 말베 도지 참여권에 동샤도야 만나야 소지 생각도야 나 부자루야 부자 산다야 어디 도지 상권 사는 집이나 Jun Toji Song Temba Ches. Susuchi, Nyabu Toji, Gawashibi, Gawa, Saban Bomba Mayans, Nyabu Toji Song Shadan Chibaina, or the Debate, Debag Saban Moya Mares,
Leso.
Saban Bomba Mayan, Tazu Jen Trejan, Name Dunga to Yomutua Chanduares, Name Jiba Masibi Shadans, Never told you Shadan Jibaina, and the Luji Deba Nag Deba, Easy Deba to donation in Nubajuro. The Jimachan and Trebaina to know what Dunga Umarest. Tuji, Magua Jambi, Gawan, Saban Bomba Mea, never told you could turn on the Shadan Jibaina, and Deba Saban the Poya Mares,
Leso.
Mea. Tazu Chen and Trejan. And Debi Name Nason Chea, what the so Yungumaris.
Leso.
Name Jimba, Messibi Shetan. Ranragi, Name Shune, Ranragi, Name Shune, never told you Shadan Chibaina, Debagi, Name to Shune, Sebi Le, Gemega, Saban Bomba Mea, Shinchi Jen Dan Trejan. Name to Jumo Sibishes, Mutasong Shadan Chebaina, or the Jamacan Trebaina, or the Debug and Debut Yumares,
Leso.
Messibi Shetan. You know, Zamotan, Zabatubi,
Leso.
Lotatan, Gandui, Jujubi, Maggie, Saban, Mabonjan, Chen Tena, Lotatan, Gandro, Joe Messibi Sheros.
Leso.
Yulan Zemo dans Zebarwa. Yulan Zemo Zeba Chuchuji, Yulan Zemo Zeba Chuchuji, Yulan Zemo dans Zeba. Zemo Tuba Zamachi, Zotu Gando Yumutans, what the Sweet Sarva.
Leso. Okay, then they gave Injikela.
Yakaleju.
Okay, so now we're going to have, it's like a debate format where we have a position that's presented and then a response from Lama Tsongkhapa. So some scholars' position, and it's interesting because when you read the Tibetan, it says some scholars' position after you read this entire thing. So you can read it thinking that it's a correct point that's being made, and you're going along with it, and then it says some scholars say that, and then everything you thought was correct gets refuted. So it doesn't read with the some scholars first in the Tibetan, it says it after. So it's interesting. The meaning of destroying the roots of virtue is that in destroying the capacity of previous virtues to issue their effects speedily, you delay the issuance of their effects. So anger, for instance, will give its effect first, but it's certainly not the case that the seeds of the virtue will not issue effects when they later meet with the requisite conditions, because given that no mundane path can eliminate the seeds that are to be eliminated, it is impossible to have an elimination of the seeds of the afflictions. And then Lama Tsongkhapa says this reasoning is unsound. Even the purification wherein ordinary beings clear away non-virtue by means of its remedy, the four powers of compassion. So the four opponent powers are the power of regret, the power of commitment, the power of antidote, and the power of basis. So these are the four opponent powers. And it's saying that when an ordinary being engages in the application of the four opponent powers, so we have various practices that we do, and we apply the antidotes such as meditating on emptiness, or doing Om Mani Padme Hum mantras, or reciting sutras and so forth. So we rely on regret, make a commitment, apply an antidote, and then have the power of the basis of refuge in bodhicitta. So these, although they don't eliminate the seeds themselves, they eliminate the seed's ability to produce. So even if the seeds meet with causes and conditions that would normally allow them to give rise to a fruit, they no longer have the ability or potential to give rise to that fruit. Even though the seed is still there, the potential for it no longer is there. So it says, it is not an elimination of its seeds. Nevertheless, the seeds of this non-virtue may later meet with the requisite conditions. They cannot issue a fruition. And then even virtuous and non-virtuous karma that are spent upon issuing their individual fruitions do not lose their seeds. Nevertheless, even when the seeds of such karma meet henceforth with the requisite conditions, it is impossible for the fruitions to arise. When you attain the peak and forbearance levels of the path of preparation, so when we look at the path of preparation, there are 4 levels. Heat, peak, patience, and last mundane state. So here it's talking about the second and third of the 4. So peak and patience or forbearance, it says here. It says, even when you reach those, you don't eliminate the seeds of non-virtue that cause wrong views and miserable rebirths. Nevertheless, even though the seeds of this non-virtue may meet with the requisite conditions, they cannot give rise to wrong views or a miserable rebirth. Ale, Rinpoche, the Lama Tsong Kappa, the Julan Zupa, the Nesum Nyanjer Yongmare, the Kelen, Lama Tsong Kappa, the Kelen. I didn't realize that Lama. We've seen in the Liberation of the Palm of Your Hand, it talks about the patient stage of path of preparation, stopping lower realm rebirth, and we always see mainly in text it's saying that the stage of seeing is when that happens. But here we see it confirmed. Lama Tsong Kappa is saying that before seeing emptiness, the miserable realms, seeds don't give rise to the miserable realms. So I found it interesting that Lama Tsong Kappa points that out, because I've heard it questioned before, whether that is an accurate in that text that I was from Liberation, and it shows that it states it in here in Lama Tsong Kappa's text. Okay, it looks like we're going to end there. Concluding mandala offering dedication prayer. Thank you everyone for coming. It's Sheda Selbuldu Rinpoche, Tuchena, Ngatsu Sheda Pentogudu, the Yanjer, the Anjer Guna, Sheda Pentogudu. Concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, in particular the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drakpa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrine, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Tuji Rinpoche Gutsi Shapi Denronang Atsu Lamrim Chemo Kongatrionang.
Oh, yeah.